Hi everybody, it's Gemma. Welcome back to Pampered Wolf. I am still a little bit tight-chested and a little bit croaky today, but we're okay. We're going to get on with it. I am super excited to share my thoughts and feelings on this brand new product that for once Canada and the UK have received first. Oh yes, we got it first, but this is going to be rolled out to everybody more or less worldwide by the 5th of August, so you won't have long to wait until you can get your hands on the brand new Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation and their Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. I was straight down to buy this as soon as it was released. I did try this out yesterday and the day before, so I do have an inkling on how this is going to wear and how this is going to look on my skin, so this will not be a first impressions review. Super excited. Have I said that already? Let's do a little bit of bump on this product and I'll get some on my face. So these are the brand new Stay Naked products from Urban Decay. Really beautiful, classy bottles. Lovely rose gold metallic lid, which is now covered in my fingerprints. And they actually look like these are glass bottles, but actually they're really high quality plastic. When you open the foundation, it does come with a pump, which makes me very happy. And the concealer comes with an applicator, which is actually quite unique. And I quite like that. If you like to get into all the nooks and crannies with your concealer, then you're definitely going to be able to do it with that. So let's just talk about the Stay Naked foundation for just a second. This is £29.50 in the UK, $39 in the US, and you get the standard 30 mils worth of product. But this is where it becomes really exciting. This comes in 50 different shades, which isn't a new thing, but it's absolutely excellent. It goes from the lightest of the light to the darkest of the dark. So a really good spectrum of shades to choose from. But it also comes in several different undertones. So if you have always struggled to find your perfect shade in foundation, it's highly likely you will find your shade in this particular foundation. This comes in cool undertone, warm undertone, neutral undertone, which is pretty standard. It also comes in a olive undertone, a warm olive, and a cool olive. A cool neutral, a warm neutral. It's just absolutely amazing variety of undertones to choose from. And if you go into store, they will help you make sure that you are picking the right shade. This gives a real matte look to the skin, so a natural matte finish. It's got a really weightless feel, and it really does. It feels completely weightless on my skin. It's vegan and cruelty-free. It's medium buildable coverage, really easy to build up in those areas that you just need a little bit more coverage. It's really long lasting, up to 24 hours, and it's waterproof, which most of the Urban Decay foundations are. So if you're a gym bunny and you want something that's not going to sweat off, this is going to be a great foundation for you. It's also non-oxidizing. It does say that it has Colour True pigments in here, which aren't going to change throughout the day. I'm not quite sure whether that's true. One of the ones that I chose to have a look at on my face a couple of days ago did go a little bit darker as it dried down. That's not going to be the same for all shades. I think it depends on which shade you're actually going to pick. So everything that I just mentioned is pretty much the same for the concealer, although the concealer only has 25 shades to choose from and is £20 in the UK and $29 in the US. The release dates for this, it's already available in the UK and Canada. By the time this video goes out, it'll probably already be available in the US. And this is released worldwide by the 5th of August. Or I say worldwide, most places by the 5th of August. If you can get Urban Decay, it's highly likely you will be able to get this product by the 5th of August. So let's get some of this on. Okay, so as per usual, I've already got all my skincare on my face and I've given that plenty of time to sink in before I'm applying the foundation. Now, I did say this comes in 50 different shades. The one that I've gone for is 30CG, which is actually one of their olive tones. The G stands for green if you've got a more of a greeny undertone to your skin. And this is a cool green, which I never thought would suit me in a million years, but the lady in the shop who colour tested me a couple of days ago said, I think you need to try this one, and she was bang on. This is probably the best colour match I've ever had for my foundation to my skin. So seriously happy with this. Have you noticed my eyes, by the way? I look a little bit like a cyborg. I've got some brand new coloured contacts in. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section below. Be nice. I like them. I really like them. I think I look a little bit like a cyborg. Hello, I am Gemma. I have come from the planet Wolf to steal all your makeup. I really like them. You know, let me know. Let me know what you think. I am using my favourite brush for foundation application, which is completely altered from my Zoeva brushes. This is much more affordable, and it's the Revolution Pro 230 brush. It's an absolutely amazing brush, really dense bristles, and allows you to get a beautiful sheer coverage with a brush if that's what you want to create. So it also, if you tap it in, it gives a similar finish to a blending sponge because it's so dense. I love it. Now, I don't think this is fragranced. Correct me if I'm wrong, look at that. This dries down so quickly, by the way, but it's not one of those that you have to be really quick with. It mattifies really, really quickly and just looks like skin. I mean, look how skin like that looks already. Really pretty. It's just evened everything out. And look what a good colour match that is. Absolutely fab. This is quite a thin consistency, but serious coverage. Like, really does have a lovely coverage with hardly any product on there whatsoever. Really impressed. I would recommend applying this really sparingly on the skin first because it's really deceiving. You don't need very much product at all. If you really struggle with powder, if you feel like powder makes your skin look 10 times older than it actually is, this might be a foundation for you to try out because I wore this all day yesterday without actually setting this in place. Doesn't need setting in place. I applied this probably around about 30 seconds ago and this is already touch dry. A tiny weeny bit's come off on my fingers, but it was only put on about 30 seconds ago and it's not lifted. It's just still looks absolutely perfect. It's matte, but it's got that natural sheen on the surface, so it pretty much looks the same as my neck, which doesn't have any product on it whatsoever. So very, very natural looking. Now it dries down super, super quickly. A lot of you, that will frighten a little bit. It did me, to be quite honest. I always thought, gosh, if this is going to dry down really quickly, that means it's going to dry out my skin. Not so. At least not for the last couple of days. I haven't felt like this has dried my skin out at all. And I am on like week 7 of using tretinoin, so my skin is drier than it usually used to be. And this has not settled into any of my dryness whatsoever. It hasn't made my skin look dry in areas where I'm actually dry or in areas that I'm not dry. It's just beautiful. It's airbrushed my pores a little bit. It's not a miracle solution. So if you have really big pores, this is going to hide them a little bit, but not overly so. But because this is more of a matte sheen rather than a really dewy finish, it's not going to emphasize those pores. It is going to hide them a little bit. I am in love with this foundation. I'm going to put the rest of my products on and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back and I don't have the rest of my products on. I completely forgot that I'm actually testing out the concealer in this video as well as the foundation. Duh, sorry. This is not my usual routine and I went on a little bit of an autopilot mission there. The shade that I've gone for in the 25 shades that are available is 30NY, which is neutral yellow. By the way, if you're wondering why I chose an olive tone, not only did the lady recommend this to me, but the neutral 30 was slightly too pink for me. And usually it's absolutely perfect, but it was slightly too pink in the foundation. So I went for the CG instead. So this is the little applicator that I showed you earlier on. It's really nice. It just molds to the eye really well. So I'm not going to apply masses. Usually I'd apply this to the back of my hand and I don't know why I've not done that today. Not doing well, am I? So first of all, I'm just going to buff that in with a brush. Just pat that. Again, this dries down super quickly, but you may find this does not need setting in place. Now, where I put it right underneath my eye yesterday, I did need to set that little bit because I've got quite a few fine lines and wrinkles that crinkle up when I smile, and I tend to do that quite a lot. So I did need to set that, but all this area here, I didn't need to set at all. So that's something to bear in mind. This is an amazing concealer. I absolutely love it. I have had situations in the past where I have raved about a product that's dried down this quickly, and then after a week I've found that my skin is drying out a little bit. Please do keep your eye on the comment section. There will be a pinned comment at the top of the comment section, and I will update everybody after I've been using this for 5 to 7 days-ish. We're almost there, and it's not had any bearing on my skin whatsoever. I still don't feel that this is drying out anything, even my under eye. I just think it's just really, really flattering on my skin, and I am in love. Yesterday, I just went round with the foundation and concealer on my skin because I couldn't be bothered putting any other products on, and I really wanted to try this out again. And I just had the most beautiful skin day, even though I didn't have any mascara or brows on or anything like that. Just really, really nice. And now I am going to put the rest of my products on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the finished look for today. I am going to be staring at myself all day in every single mirror or shop window. Yesterday, I almost face planted a lamppost because I was staring at my own reflection in a shop window. It was really, really embarrassing. But you know when you just can't believe how good your skin looks and you just want to look at it 24/7? Yesterday was one of those days, and I've just got a feeling that today is going to be another one of those days. My skin looks airbrushed and flawless without looking fake. So let me just prove to you that that is the case and show you this in natural lighting. As you can see, this is not sank into any of my dry patches, which I have several. It's not sank into any fine lines or wrinkles. Even underneath my eyes, the concealer hasn't sank into any fine lines and wrinkles. And I've only set right underneath my lash line. Nothing else has been set on my face. I will say this foundation looks really natural and beautiful. If you start building this up to super full coverage, it starts obviously to look fake. You really don't need to build this up. It just looks stunning with a very small amount of product on your face. When I went into the Urban Decay store, a lot of their representatives had got a little bit too much of this foundation on and maybe had put the Urban Decay All Nighter setting powder on the top. So it just looked really false and extremely matte, which I don't like. This foundation on its own does not look extremely matte. It looks stunning. Absolutely stunning, very skin-like, as if you've got no makeup on at all, even though it's a demi-matte finish. I don't think I've ever seen my skin look this good recently, and I just love it. I absolutely love it. Now, I am going to be wearing this all day, and I'm going to check in with you a little bit later on to show you how this is worn. Again, I've worn this for a really long time over the last couple of days, so I know this is going to wear well, but I want to show you what this looks like at the end of the day. We are at around about 10:30 in the morning. I'm going to check in with you a little bit later on, and you can see for yourself. See you all in a bit. Hi everybody, welcome back to the check-in. It's now around about 8:25 in the UK. The foundation has been on my face for just shy of 10 hours, and I have not been doing check-ins throughout the day because, quite frankly, there was nothing to report. No cakiness, no shininess, everything was still intact. I still have foundation on the end of my chin and on the end of my nose, which is unheard of after 5 hours, let alone 10. So I am super, super impressed with how this foundation has worn throughout the day. Now, as you can see, I am back back in the studio because the sun has started to go down, so it was a little bit dark to film in natural lighting. However, 5 minutes ago, I did manage to jump outside the back door and get you some shots before the sun went down, so you can see what this looks like in proper natural lighting outside. So as you can see, this has not oxidized at all. Obviously, each shade may be different, but this one definitely hasn't oxidized. It's done absolutely brilliantly without powder, definitely hasn't needed setting in place. However, the concealer just underneath my under eyes, I'm not quite sure if you can see that, but there is slight crinkling around my fine lines and wrinkles. Probably tomorrow what I'll do is try setting that in place and see whether that helps at all. But it has moved slightly, but I have been laughing my head off at the kids today in the park, so that might have had an effect on the crinkliness around the eye area. There is a slight tightness on the face. It doesn't feel drying at all, and it definitely doesn't look drying. It's just that little feeling of tightness throughout the day on the face. There's no settling in my fine lines or wrinkles with the foundation around my smile lines, or any settling in any dryness at all that I've got on my face, and it is quite considerable at the moment, and you would not know. This is going to be completely different for anybody who has oily skin. Like I said at the beginning of this video, my face is quite dry at the moment, and this looks pretty perfect. My pores are still more or less airbrushed. My skin looks flawless with this foundation, and yet still looks very natural and skin-like, which I absolutely love. If you've got oily skin and you try this, please let everybody know in the comment section below how you got on. An important mention for all the sensitive skins out there: if you're wanting to try this product, you need to be aware that the 4th ingredient in the list is alcohol. And a lot of people are very, very sensitive to products with alcohol in. Now, that being the 4th ingredient is not uncommon in a lot of foundations. So you may have not experienced any sensitivity with other products with quite a high level of alcohol in there, but I need to make you aware of it. So just bear that in mind before you buy it. Always get a sample just to check that you're not going to be sensitive to this product. Now, I know you're all shouting at me saying, what does your mum think of this product? We all want to know how she got on with it. So I need to give this to her and let her try it out for at least a week, which means I'm gonna have to do without the things I do for you. Hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please do give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget I upload videos on Mondays and Thursdays at 8 PM London time. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. There is a watermark in this corner. If you click on it, it will take you through to my homepage where you can subscribe. Don't forget to click on that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. And if you want to follow me on Instagram as well, it's at Pampered Wolf, all lowercase, no spaces. Hope to see you all in the next video. Bye.